Well, we had a great week, but it came to an end. I guess if I was always taught that Sunday was the last day of the week, but if you believe it's the first day of the week, then the first day of this week was not great. The stable. Stonebridge Simba, a little flat from the rail. It poured here really, really hard and got really humid really quick. The track was deep. I don't really think he felt that good. He felt really, really powerful in the qualifier. And then tonight kind of fell off the gate a little bit. He did his work, but it felt like he was a 10-1 horse or so. Certainly not a horse that should have been a contender off a big last quarter in a qualifier. So I don't think you're going to find anything under the scope or under the blood. It wasn't that he was bad. He just wasn't good. So I think we'll come back. He needed a tightener also. We'll come back with a race from next week. This is first start back, so cut the horse some slack. I watched Yes race today. It didn't look great. I believe from what I'm reading in is that Irv believes the horse is sound, but needs some confidence, needs some cheaper racing. And I said, listen, just send him back to Northfield. We'll figure everything out over here on this end, and then, when we get him good, we'll send him back, I guess. It's just one of those things. I know there's going to be a lot of people say, why didn't we take him back 3 months ago? There's nothing to say he would have been ready 3 months ago. Maybe we would have pushed him a little harder. Maybe he would have hurt himself. So be thankful that the horse is sound and that there's nothing wrong with him. We'll get him back and get him going. Obviously, he showed in the spring, in the early spring and late winter, how quickly he can put together money and good races, but you have to have him on the top of his game. So we'll get him back here and get him looked at, and we'll get Yes back on the top of his game at some point in the future. What else do we see? Yes didn't race good. Oh, Tanzanite Tricks. I got an earful from James about the quarter pole of the race when he made a break. When she made a break on Travis, here's the thing. I would have raced her back and then onwards to 2, but I'm thinking to myself, geez, this filly's so good right now. Wouldn't say she got around London well, but she won at London and looked good at times at London. I wouldn't call her a half-mile track horse, but Georgian Downs a 5/8. Geez, I'm really surprised this filly didn't just bust around there, no problem. At all. You're talking about a 6-horse field going for what, $8,000 or $9,000. Jesus, if they're going to give us money, take it. But this is the bad part of having 20/20 hindsight, is when the horses don't race that good or something goes wrong, like makes a break. Then you get dipshits like James sending me messages saying, why didn't you just put her in the numbers of 2 at Mohawk? Okay. Yeah, I could have put her in the numbers of 2 at Mohawk. They went in 55 a couple of times in a row. I really didn't want to put her in a position to go in 55 when we all thought she looked absolutely incredible winning in 57. To ask her to go 2 full seconds faster and beat horses that are used to going that speed, I just thought was a little much for her. It's pretty easy to enter in the numbers of 2. We can race her along. James can run her up the wood a couple of starts, and then hopefully we can get her trotting in 55. But I still, looking back on tonight's race, if I owned her myself, no one else, no partners, no nothing, I still have her in the same class. How can I not? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, certainly not going to feel bad because Tanzanite Tricks was in there. Yeah, obviously, I also, I don't know if you're aware, but I also have hindsight, and it is 20/20. And after her making a break, I wish I hadn't raced her in there. What are you going to do? It is what it is. And then Miss Brampton Beast, hold on a second. It's hard to believe that Miss Brampton Beast probably raced the best of anybody tonight. It's been a long time since I even remotely uttered those words. She got pinned in and ended up beating nose for 3rd. Looked like she might have been a contender. He's just going to have to keep fishing with her. I would like to see him get away in the 2-hole. That would have been nice instead of the 5. But, she raced adequate. I thought she raced pretty good. So an overview of tonight. Unfortunate break with Trixie. Yes, looked rather ordinary, but his first start back, probably tried 57. Be a good building block for him. We'll get him back here to Northfield Park. Stonebridge Simba, a little flat, but first start back in a long time on a sketchy kind of track tonight. Not often you're going to see those torrential downpours and then the heat hit the track immediately. When I got here in race 1, it was mud gear for everybody. Full mud gear, mud all over the horses. And then by the time the 3rd race went, Stonebridge Simba, mud gear was still on, but it wasn't really needed, but they were digging the track to dry it quickly, and it was quite deep. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that's what it was. And then, as I said, Miss Brampton Beast raced great. Actually, I wouldn't say she raced fantastic, but she raced good. So a bit of a crappy night, but it happens sometimes, right? When you have horses that you think will win, like Trixie Make a Break horses you're hopeful for, Simba look flat, then horses that you're waiting with bated breath to see how they are and how they race. And yes, so much lies on this horse because we think so highly of him, and we do quietly have expectations. Then for him to go out and look very mediocre again after such a long layoff, yeah, it's a little upsetting, but that's racing. There's not much you can do about it. So we'll move on. Tomorrow we have a bunch of we have 3 fair races. I'm really, really excited about racing Eyes at 10 and 1-2 Skip a Few. The Gray Filly's in tomorrow also. And then we got a more Diener tomorrow night. Back at the fairs with 4 more on Tuesday. Let's see if I can get them right. Luck of the Dragon and 3 colts. Matt's MVP will be 1. Second will be You Gotta Believe with the rail. And the third one will be, who do we got here? That's MVP, You Gotta Believe. It'll come to me in a second. Granite Hill. Granite Hill will also be going, to Marion, Ohio. Wednesday, we have nothing. I have nothing personally, maybe one drive at Northfield, but I don't know if I'll be able to go. Thursday, we're going to not just the Meadows in the afternoon, but also Scioto at night, and then right back for double duty. Probably one of the biggest cards of the year for us will be on Friday. I have at Northfield, or at the Meadows on Friday, we have a big night, big afternoon. Ty One On makes her first start, and it will be in the Sire Stakes side of the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes. We'll have a couple other drives. Hopefully I can stay and drive them. I may not be able to because in Scioto, huge night for us. Of Tom racing for $150,000 and Voyage of Ice and Fire also. So a big week coming up for the stable. Can't wait. Wasn't awful tonight, just a little depressing. So back at it tomorrow. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.